Hello YouTube, I'm Zach, you're watching Zach DTV, the place for interesting news from around the net. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the amount of money the inventor of fidget spinners is making. We also have the coolest vending machine I've ever seen, and we're going to wrap it up with what could definitely be called a bad date. Alright, let's get right into this. I'd like to start off with the creator of fidget spinners. Her name is Catherine Hettinger. She's from Florida, and she is the woman who came up with the concept for fidget spinners back in the early 90s. Now, this is a huge craze. People are buying them all over. They're relatively cheap. I guess you could buy some up to like 10 grand though. But all in all, they're a pretty cheap toy. Even at that, the person who invented those slap bracelets made over $1 million for that stupid idea. So she should be rich, right? Wrong. Catherine is broke right now. She's actually getting rid of her house to move to a smaller, cheaper condo. The story goes like this. Back in the 90s, she was having some medical problems, and her daughter had a hard time playing together. So Catherine and her daughter started just concocting things, building little things, little toys they could play with together, stuff like that, and the fidget spinner was born. In 1997, they went and got a patent with the U.S. Patent Department for this fidget spinner as a toy. It even went as far as Hasbro picked it up and was going to develop it, but in the long run decided that the toy wasn't going to make any money. That's two people so far who had a shot at a lot of money but gave up on it. Unfortunately for Catherine, in 2005, she just could not afford the $400 fee to keep the patent on her toy. She had to let it go. She didn't have the money. Her friends and relatives didn't believe in the project, and she had to let it go. That's pretty sad, isn't it? And you know, most people would be pissed about something like this. Catherine, however, is one of those just positive people, and she says she's happy the toy is out there and getting used. She's not angry that people are using it, and she feels like sometimes things happen in life, you're backed in a corner, and you miss an opportunity. She does have a Kickstarter going on right now to try to market the original fidget spinner. It's nothing like the one they're selling now. It's her original concept for the toy before they refined it. So check out Kickstarter if you want to help her fund this project. She's only looking for about $30,000. I think she has most of it raised already. Maybe we can help this woman out, and maybe she can make some money off of a great toy that she created that so many people love. For my next story, I have found the coolest way to sell cars. Earlier this year, the online car company Carvana started this whole trend off with two of these machines, one in Tennessee and one in Austin, Texas. These are car vending machines. In fact, when you buy from Carvana, they'll give you a big old token to go ahead and use their coin-op car vending machine. There's no salespeople on site. There's a couple technicians there and whatnot. But you go up, punch your name into the screen, insert your coin, and boom, it delivers your car. Well, of course, used cars are not enough for some people. In steps Autobahn Auto out of Singapore. This is a 150-foot tall, 15-story, 60-car holding car vending machine, which you actually buy the cars from street level. Does it get any better? Yes, it does. This machine contains everything from Rolls-Royce and Bentley all the way to your Lamborghinis and your Ferraris. Any exotic you want, they might have it in stock for you to buy on the street. Now, you order the car at the touchpad, like I said, on the street, and while you're waiting for your car to get to you, they play you a nice little video, a highlight reel of your vehicle, and it only takes about 2 minutes to get your car delivered by this system. Gary Hong, the guy who owns this company, who came up with this idea, said he was hit with this when he saw a Hot Wheels display in a toy store. And when you really look at it, some of these shots, it does look like they're toy cars, doesn't it? This has become a very popular destination, too, in Singapore, where all sorts of people are going. It has increased their business dramatically, but they're also being approached by land developers and engineers trying to figure out how they can implement this into Singapore's architecture in order to use it for car parks and stuff like that. They are really overcrowded, space is at a premium, and this would be a good way to park your car, even if it's a little Mini Cooper or a moped. So neat what people are coming out with now. Alright, this next story, I don't know who to blame for the bad date, but this sounds like a bad date. 37-year-old Brandon Vesmar, he's from Austin, Texas, is suing his date for $17.31. That's the price of a ticket to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 3D. The reason for the lawsuit? She was texting during the movie. This date started when they met on Bumble, and they decided to get together and they went to the movies. He says that in the first 15 minutes of the movie, she was repeatedly texting over and over and over again, which, as he mentions, is against the rules of the theater. He says he politely asked her to take it outside because it is one of his pet peeves when people are texting in the theater. And she did. She complied. She took it outside and she left. She never came back. She was the one who drove, so she ditched him there at the movies. I don't really blame her for that. It kind of sounds like the date wasn't getting off to a good start. In his lawsuit, he claims that the defendant's behavior is a threat to civilized society. You can tell he really has something against texting and watching a movie. Now, for her side of the story, she says she didn't even know about the lawsuit until she was contacted by a local news station for her comments on it. According to her, she did text while in the theater, but only 3 times, and she was talking to a friend who was going through a pretty heavy argument with her boyfriend. That doesn't really make what she was doing okay, but it's kind of understandable at the same time. She says that the lawsuit is crazy, and that she ditched the guy because he was making her feel extremely uncomfortable. She's actually filing a protective order against him, because she says he doesn't quit harassing her and her sister over the price of this theater ticket. And the kind of guy who's going to bring a lawsuit up for $18 over a movie ticket, I could see him being this kind of guy. Looking at Twitter, there's a lot of people who feel both ways about this. What's your thought on this? I want to know how you feel. Should she be getting sued? Should she see jail time? Or do you think the guy's probably just an asshole and he deserved to be left at the theater anyway? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Remember, if you like what I do, your friends will too. So go ahead and share them on Facebook, Twitter. I do this 5 days a week. That's Monday through Friday. It's Wednesday now, so I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Be safe.